My name's Sat Bains. I've got a restaurant in Nottingham, restaurant Sat Bains with Rooms. When you first came in 2010, there were 6 of us in the kitchen, and now there's 12, so we've doubled. So that obviously means double the headache, as you can imagine. But it's been amazing, to see the evolution. We've got a kitchen bench now as well, which is a pastry kitchen. We built that, which was 2 parking spaces. There was just not enough room, but we knew we wanted to expand, but we also wanted to keep it still tight, where it still feels that we're all working together. So we've never really had a pastry chef. John's always had a forte for pastry. So we've always had chef de parties or commis do pastry, because we look at it as another section rather than a physical pastry section. And it's good because it's another skill that the guys and the girls are going to learn where they don't normally do pastry. Also, what's expanded is the garden. We're in a very crazy location, as you know, as you mentioned before. I can't change that. I actually love it. I think it's what makes us so unique. We invested in the garden 2 years ago with Ken Holland. He became a consultant. And the idea was to become an urban garden that could actually yield realistic amounts of food for the restaurants, weekly amounts we need. And I think we've achieved it, and it's an ongoing process. We're looking at a new vertical garden that's going to be 130 square feet along all the walls of the car park. That's going to give us some incredible growing space. But I think the idea originally was, if we can grow it here in this location, you don't need a lot of space. So we've got the 2 greenhouses, we've got the composter, we've got small little containers that we're growing in, we're growing on the walls, and also we've got a finishing greenhouse where all the herbs are all ready to pick. So we no longer get herbs come in little punnets. They're actually still growing in the physical plant, and we cut them to order. And I think that, from a chef's point of view, is fantastic. I've probably changed a lot. I've obviously matured. I've got to the point where I'm not necessarily on the stove every day. I've got a team for that. But it means I can develop more. I find my creative energy from working on ideas and dishes, then I can speak. John, my head chef, he's been with me 13 years. So he runs the kitchen, the day-to-day, but I'm almost free. I'm free to create as much trouble, chaos, havoc, and almost prod the guys and goes, listen, let's try this, let's try that. And if that's constant, it means there's a constant source of energy coming in. While the guys are doing the day-to-day, they haven't got as much time as I wish they had. But it means I can then investigate certain aspects of dishes or ideas, and with the development kitchen, with the nucleus, we can actually practice things. And I think that's where the evolution has changed for me as a chef. It means you've now stepped up to a period where the change in the food, I still believe it's flavour driven. I don't believe it's technique driven, and I don't want it to be technique driven. I want people to see a dish for its simplicity first, and then its intensity and flavour. I don't want to say, oh, that's a good technique, because I think we've lost it then. The rooms, we've evolved, and over time there's a programme every 18 months they get done, and Amanda's invested heavily in that. And she looks for the eye of the detail of how far the hairdresser is from the mirror, and the little things that I don't even think of. But we've just done another room in terms of completely regutted it. And I think these are things that people that come here, they're staying, we've only got the 8 rooms, but they still want that kind of level of luxury where they're in a strange location. We've got to give them home comforts, and we want to make sure that they don't look for anything that they need. But the rooms are great for the business, they're part of the attraction. People are travelling from all over now. We used to get probably more people from Nottinghamshire and the local area of the East Midlands. Now they're travelling from overseas. So that's changed. And obviously we've got the 2nd star since 2010, and that obviously puts us on the gastronomic map. So where will I be in the next 5 years? Hopefully still here. I think if you can go to work every single day and feel that you can express yourself, and you feel the love of the team, and what we offer is a good environment to work in, and you can express yourself, it's the best job in the world. I realised many years ago, I did look at restaurants to do something else like tapas in the city of Nottingham and things like that. But I've come to the conclusion, I'm one of them chefs that can probably do one thing very well, and that's my goal, is to be better. So I've realised that all of mine and Amanda's focus is this restaurant. We want to make it a world-class destination restaurant. And I don't care how good you are, there's a thing that I don't really like, and it's called dilution. And I know that if I had another business, my eye would be off the ball. It still could operate to 80%, but I'm aiming at 95. I'll never get 100, but I just want it to be the effort, the passion, the fire, the desire to give you something amazing. I can't do that in two places.